Jerry Jones is a little justified in hesitating by paying Dak Prescott. Now we see. Let's play a little drawing a blank. I hope nobody blinked during the NBA offseason because it's over. The NBA is back. Training camps open today as teams start to prepare for the December 22nd start to the season. Storylines aplenty this offseason, but Brandon, the storyline you are most excited to follow with NBA training camps opening today is blank.
Oh, the answer is the Clippers. I mean, this is a team that, people got on them. Where is the Clippers in free agency? What are they going to do? Look, they stood pat. That's what they do. They stood firm. They made a change at the head coaching position. Ty Lue, they feel like he can get that locker room right. Montrez is out. They may ship a few people out, in the future. I'm more interested in watching them and how this storyline develops because they can easily contend if they fix their chemistry and continuity issues.
Yeah, I think the Clippers are super fascinating. I think that's a great answer. I'm really interested to see if they can be a top 4 team in the West this year. So I'm excited to watch them as well. I'm going to go with the Lakers. The Lakers, there's not a massive amount of intrigue about are they going to win the title again. Obviously they are. Wilds, my question is, are they going to get to 70 wins? Only 2 teams ever have done that.
What?
Now I know what you're going to say, Nick. It's only a 72-game season. No, I'm aware. I know it's a 72-game season. So like I said, I'm intrigued. Are the Lakers going to get to 70 wins? That's what I'm most excited to watch this season.
Okay, I thought you were going to give us real analysis, and that wasn't it. With the least rest of any team, that was the answer. You're going to see how they're going to manage with more back-to-backs. Okay, here's a take for you. Your roof only leaks on a rainy day. Why do I tell you that? Because I want to see what the Nets look like once they get blown out. If it's sunny days and they're...
Kevin, I like that reverse psychology there. I'm not shocked by you guys. You talk about the Lakers, the best player in the world. You talk about the Clippers, Kawhi and Paul George. And then you talk about the Nets with Kyrie and Kevin Durant. Let's talk about a real team.
And you're going to talk about Philly.
76ers. Listen, they got a brand new front office, Sean Morey. They got a brand new coaching staff with Sam Cassell as well as Doc Rivers. Now you have to find a way to get the best out of Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. You surrounded them with some shooters, Danny Green, of course, Dwight Howard, a future Hall of Famer, and Steph Curry coming off the bench. This is an interesting storyline. Can this team who has underachieved get much better and be the best team in the East? I think they can. Let's go 76ers.
I love it.
All right, Trae Young bombing shots from about 10 miles away. Here's a story about your old buddy Kevin Wildes, just playing basketball at Equinox. 2 kids there. There's an old guy there. Said, hey, you want to run? I said, ooh, look at this. I'm on the other side of the story. Now I'm the old guy. We're going to cook these 2 young teenagers. Nope, not the way it turned out. You know why? Because the kids played a game I didn't even know was basketball. They kept going further and further away from the hoop to the point where we were infringing on the guy taking shots on the other hoop. And I was like, this game has passed me by. So the question is this, or no, the prediction is this. I think Trae Young is going to start doing things this year that don't even look like basketball. That even if you're like a millennial and you're like, I'm with it, I'm like a young guy. I think going to be like, in my day, people used to put their toes right near the 3-point line. And you're going to join the group of old people that want to get the cousin of the mid-range. Like, you take a 1 shot, that's a faraway shot. Now these kids are shooting from half court. It happened to me. It's going to happen to you, too.
You're just an old guy, Wildes. All right, speaking of old guys, LeBron James. Speaking of old guys, Marc Gasol. They're now teammates. LeBron James knows he's going to finish his career with the most points ever, 3rd most assists ever, 6 or 7 championships, a handful of MVPs. But one thing he's not going to have, Defensive Player of the Year. And that's because in 2013, he came in second. He came in second to a man who was not even one of the top 2 all-defensive team centers, yet somehow won the Defensive Player of the Year, Marc Gasol. LeBron James on a podcast tonight, Road Tripping Pod with Richard Jefferson, Allie Clifton, is going to address this, saying that Marc Gasol has LeBron's trophy at his house. Ongoing development over whether or not LeBron's going to actually reclaim that trophy as it rightfully should be his, so his mantle is full. I will continue to keep America.
Tom Brady picks all the plays now. We call what he picks. We just have to get better. He's getting more comfortable every week, and we're getting close. Brandon, what do you make of Bruce Arians saying that it's actually Tom Brady who's picking the plays now and not Bruce Arians?
Tom Brady. Nick, what's his middle name? What do you call him? You say his whole name when you get on him. What's his name? Say it for me real quick.
Patrick Brady. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady.
I'm sitting here for 3 months defending you, standing on the table against Nick Wright, saying it's 90% Bruce Arians' offense, 10% Tom Brady. And now these reports are coming out. You have some questions to answer. I think tomorrow he speaks to the media. The reporters and guys and ladies on the beat are back in the locker room. So we're going to hear Tom Brady answer these questions. There's a lot that we need to hear, because if this is Tom Brady really picking these plays, and it's a complex situation because you have Bruce Arians, you also have Byron Leftwich, the offensive coordinator, and you have Tom Brady, who is a genius in himself from the offensive standpoint. So if it really is him, then we have a problem, right? Like, you're Tom Brady, you're 43 years of age. Like, what makes you think that this is the time to take all these shots? Like, you need to hand the ball off. I don't know if it's like an ego play, and he's like, well, in New England, they forced me to dink and dunk. I want to prove to everyone that I'm this guy that can optimize my health and optimize my performance, TP12 method. I'm going to show everybody I can lead the league in passing yards. Like, no, we're trying to win a championship here. So he has a lot of questions that he has to answer. Now, this is a complex situation because you never know. Like, when you talk about picking the plays, I think about Coach Payton, I think about Drew Brees, and it's really universal throughout the National Football League, where you have a quarterback sit down with the play caller, and the quarterback tells the play caller, like, hey, in these situations, let's look at 3rd and short. What is 3rd and short? 3rd and short is 3rd and 1 to 3 yards. Here's the top plays that I like in this order. So when we get to 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, guess what he's going to call? The first thing that the quarterback likes. So that's that as far as picking the plays. But now when we go to the field, is Tom Brady actually going out there and orchestrating this whole thing? Like, look, let's get into this run play. Let's get into this pass play. We don't know that. So there's a lot of things that needs to come out, Nick, before I can really jump down his throat.
You're getting close, Brandon. I was so ready to just invite you into the fold. And then you were like, but, you know, with Sean Payton, 3rd and short, and I lost you a little bit. You were so close. Because here's what we know. We know Tom Brady picked the Tampa Bay Bucks. Vegas wanted him. I think the Chargers would have taken him. The Colts definitely would have taken him. Colts, great offensive line, good defense. Just hand it off, Tommy. Make a few plays. Nope. Fun and gun. No risk it, no biscuit. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, warm weather Tampa, Gronkaneers. We know he picked that. We know he picked Gronk. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt when maybe the team needed to focus signing Antonio Brown. Something that the head coach, Bruce Arians, months before had said they absolutely would not do. All of a sudden, they're doing it. So why would he not be the one saying, let's run this type of offense? He went down there to run this type of offense. He went down there because 2019, we were told, and it sure seems like Brady felt, was not his fault. Lack of weapons, lack of creativity, lack of talent. It wasn't me, it was you. So now I will go somewhere else where those issues are solved, and you're going to see me bask in the glory of the most losses through 12 weeks that I've had since 09. And the most picks through 12 weeks that I've had since 06. And a team that is hanging on to a wild card spot by the skin of its teeth. And a coach who is not going to abide being blamed for all of this anymore. I mean, if Arians was feeling like this before the game, imagine once he hears the 3-hour Tony Romo love fest for Brady and just annihilation of Bruce Arians that broadcast was. So, Wilds, Bruce Arians ain't here for this. Listen, Tom Brady has been given immense power, and this is what it's looked like so far.
All right, so the question is this, and Jenna, it's going to be a reference to your Bill Belichick quote. Why do you think Bruce Arians is doing this, Nick? Do you actually think that in the battle of egos and that Tom Brady pushing back a little bit on this no risk it, no biscuit, do you think that is now, honestly, just to lay it out like kids, hurting Bruce Arians' feelings, and that's the reason why he goes to the media and kind of is sharing this info. He's not under truth serum. He doesn't have to say any of this, none of it, but he's volunteering it, and I don't know why.
Here's why. Because while Tom Brady's legacy is totally secure, written in stone, the GOAT of all GOATs, Bruce Arians is still writing his. And Bruce Arians knows, hey, when did Big Ben have the best stretch of his career? With me. When did Carson Palmer go from a guy who's bouncing around the league to MVP candidate? With me. Jameis Winston evidently can't even beat out Taysom Hill. He threw for 5,000 yards with me. And now the entire narrative on every show and every Bucs game is the good plays are Tom, the bad plays are me. Bleep that. That ain't right. And so I absolutely believe it's Bruce Arians trying to not throw anyone under the bus, but not get thrown under the bus himself by misinformation. Set the record straight and let people evaluate it fairly with all the actual facts.